An unnatural storm of chaos and lightning swirled above Summerland. Humanity believed storms to be bad omens. This was a superstition in the world below, but within the upper layers of reality, collective belief held incredible power. Spear in hand, the goddess of war walked alone against mighty and unknowable primordial chaos, towards the lands of love, where pleasure and lust and murderous obsession reign. Lupercalia. Alfhilde Odinsdottir looked around her. The domain was falling apart at its seams. Something wasn't right.
This shouldn't be possible. Everything is falling apart, but the ether is still flowing.
But just before the goddess of war could begin to ponder the situation, two creatures appeared. They moved like exhausted beasts in hunt as their marble bodies grinded against themselves, pulsating with veins of red ichor.
The creatures here are much stronger than they should be, yet still not worthy of being guards.
The gargoyle took a swipe at the goddess of war, but the Valkyrie was faster. She dodged, its claws barely scraping by the folds of her garments.
Don't you dare tear my dress. Useless creatures. I need to get to the heart of this place, before it collapses in on itself.
The goddess of war ran through the labyrinthian halls and corridors of Lupercalia, smiting the corrupted beasts that stood in her way. Yet the more she ran, the clearer it was that the center of Lupercalia was still too far. There was no time.
There must be another way. This is beneath me. I would rather make a door now myself. Gunni!
The spear shattered the ancient walls through an untold number of winding rooms and corridors, drilling its way to the deepest depths of the castle. The walls had been woven from the very fabric of love itself, and mortared with the strongest love of all, obsession.
What are these?
The goddess swung her spear, yet nothing happened.
Impossible. They're growing larger.
Sometimes violence encourages an obsessive.
Halt! Who are you?
Just a passerby.
No one passes by here. You stand within Lupercalia, the domain of all love. This place is dangerous for humans and gods both.
Domain of love? No, not love. I guess it depends on your understanding of it, though.
The mysterious intruder walked past the goddess of war without sign of fear nor hesitation.
Are you coming?
Have you lost your mind? They'll tear you apart.
I don't believe they can.
It was then that the intruder walked straight into the arms of the Obsessives, and straight through them.
Come on, I could tell you're in a rush.
How did you do that?
These creatures are called Obsessives. They are the remains of obsessive thoughts generated by humans throughout history, left on the lowest layer of the Summerlands over eons. But every once in a while, they get pulled up. Walk through them with apathy, and they can't touch you. Come on.
Alfhilde emptied her mind of all care, and did as the strange man suggested, walked with apathy through the Obsessives, and onto the path she had created.
How did you know all that?
You don't hear it?
Hear what?
That voice. Narrating things.
You really must be insane.
Me? Everyone here is insane. I'm insane. You're insane.
What makes you think I'm insane?
Well, you must be. Or you wouldn't have come here. And that goes for you too, voice from the beyond. What's wrong? Nothing to say? Cat got your tongue? I guess so. Ah, well. You've got somewhere to be, do you not? Alfhilde, Odinsdottir, goddess of war.
I do.
I'll keep the creatures in the outer perimeter from disturbing you. So go. Find the heart of it all. The throne of Lupercalia.
You never told me your name.
Nocturne. That's my latest, anyway. Just a demon, but you can call me your angel for the moment.
Nocturne. I thank you for your help.
No need to thank me. If these lands collapse in on themselves, they'll fall like a storm caving in a roof. And it's a very big hall under that roof.
Then I'd better be going. For both our sakes.
Best of luck. Ah, there they are. My claws needed a good sharpening.
The following is an accurate account of Lupercalia's fall, as revealed by the strands of ether that hold these lands together. The goddess of war, Alfhilde Odinsdottir, formerly a human spirit granted the privilege of godhood by Odin, the Allfather of Valhalla, ran through Lupercalia with all the speed she could muster. It was not too long before the path she had created with Gungnir, the spear formerly owned by Odin, led her to the center of Lupercalia, the throne of all love.
Ah, the throne of all love. Set to contain ether from all humans who had ever loved, since the dawn of the very species itself.
This was, of course, an exaggeration. No creation within the Summerlands could hold ether so tremendous as the love of all humankind.
The throne and its occupant were bursting at their seams with the love of all mankind overflowing. So much ether, so much love. Yet humanity no longer believed in her, and if she was no longer real, who would stop the flood?
There was no evidence a flood of ether could happen. The gods of the Summerlands fade and appear. It had always and would always continue to be this way.
And yet...
Lupa!
The stench of war fills my nostrils.
Lupercalia is overflowing with ether. You have to release it.
Why should I? Spawn of war.
It is your duty as god of this domain, and I will not honor a god who abandons her duty.
Answer to no one. Humanity of the world below, they have forgotten, and they continue to forget. They love more than ever before, and yet they forget to gaze upon their mother.
Do you wish for them to be infants forever? Lupercalia can take a new form, and love will still exist.
The goddess of war speaks to me of love's perseverance. Your war, which tore love apart across eons. I will keep the flame of love, even if it devours all.
If that is your choice, then so be it!
And so the battle of love and war began, with an explosion of ether, tearing apart the very fabrics of the domain they stood within.
Lupa was weak. Lupercalia had stood unchanged for too long. It resisted change, and the ether became unstable.
Love had always led to war. This was the case in even the oldest stories.
Lupa struck Alfhilde again and again with increasing ferocity.
Ah, what strength the goddess of love carried within her. 1,000 years of love's fury, unleashed all at once.
Yet, as history shows,
In
reality,
stories,
war
love reigns supreme over all.
The might of war trampled over love, uncaringly, coldly, as it so often does in the histories of man.
I'm sorry, Lupa.
Damn you, war spawn.
You had your time, as do we all. And the ether of all humanity's love will always find a guardian. You can rest.
Humans worshipped us. We are gods. We must remind them. We cannot let them forget.
The goddess of love, Lupia, had faded, leaving only a shell. Lupercalia returned to normality. And the goddess of war left, safe in the knowledge that the Summerlands and the mortal realm would see another day.
In a story, love would have triumphed over all else. Isn't it a shame